Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I am Shalina Cooper, faithpreneur, mom, wife, boutique owner, minister, mentor. I'm alive. So yeah, I wear a lot of different hats. Anyway, welcome to my channel. So what this channel is really going to be about is just my life in general. Life as a mom, a wife, a business owner, a minister, whatever I feel like dropping. But we're going to start off with dropping Motivational Monday. So you can expect a video every Monday with a little bit of motivation, just trying to help you get some positivity during for your start of the week. So I'm super duper excited. Make sure you guys like and share the channel, and I look forward to seeing what this channel brings. So let's tap into our Motivational Monday message. Okay, so let's get into this first episode, guys. Y'all, why I'm nervous, I don't know, but it is what it is. So just to get into our first episode of Motivational Monday, it is called The Power of Fear. So story time, just real quick, guys. I'm afraid of cats. Why am I afraid of cats? I don't know. I used to have a cat when I was a teenager, but all of a sudden getting into adulthood, I'm afraid of cats. So every morning, well, not every morning, like 4 times a week, I walk this trail, and this trail is along a creek. It's about 2.5 miles that I walk and jog when I can. So anyway, along walking down this trail is a cat. 90% of the time, this cat is there, and it's in the middle of the road. It's in the middle of this daggone trail, and it just sits there. So when I am walking, if it notices that I'm coming, it'll start walking towards me, and it'll start meowing. Listen, baby, my heart be ready to come out of my chest. Come completely out of my chest. But y'all should see me. I be looking around like, listen, where are the people? Because if this cat attacks me, I'm going to need some help. I want somebody to see this, and I want somebody to run to my rescue. But at that certain time, it just so happens there's no one around. There's no one around each time. So I never let the cat know I'm scared. Inside, I am shaking like a salt shaker. But listen, when the closer I get to the cat, I'm like, listen, Shalina, do not make eye contact with the cat. Do not look at the cat. Don't say nothing to the cat. You just walk by. And that is what I do. I just walk by the cat like it is not there. When it's coming towards me, I kind of go around it and just keep on going. And the cat goes back to its normal spot. Like, he doesn't follow me. He doesn't keep looking at me. He just goes back to his little normal spot and lays back down, I guess, till the next person comes. And that's it. I go on about my walk. But every time I kind of get scared. It's getting better and better each time, but when I start seeing that cat, I'll be like, Lord, where the people at? Anyway, so one day last week, I was walking, and here goes this cat again, meowing, wanting to come by me, and ain't nobody near to come save me. And all of a sudden, I hear the Lord's Spirit tell me, he said, the same way that you do not acknowledge that cat, the same way that you do not say nothing to that cat, is the same way I need for you to act when the enemy puts fear in front of you. I don't need you to say nothing to it. I don't need you to react to it. I just need for you to hold your head up and for you to keep going. I don't need you to stop. I don't need you to turn around because you've walked too far for you to completely turn around and go back to where you started. No, you need to complete this process. And when I mean I felt every bit of that, I mean literally I felt every bit of that, because guess what? The enemy throws fear at us all the time. He tries to put things in our way to stop us, to make us think that we cannot make it, to make it think that this thing is going to attack us and bring us down and stop us from getting to our destiny. But when you look fear straight in the eye, and when you walk by it and do not show that you are scared, when you just keep right on going, you don't react to it. A lot of times when fear comes, we start speaking negative things. Oh, we can't make it, or this can't be done, and I knew this was going to happen. You start speaking death on the situation when you just need to speak life, or don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. You keep going, because the enemy wants you to go back to where you used to be. See, the Bible says that, forget about your past and look forward to the prize that lies ahead. The enemy wants you to go back to your past. He wants you to stay in your past. Just like Lot's wife, when the angel told him not to look back, she looked back and turned into a pillar of salt, because she couldn't let go of the past. We're afraid that we're missing something in the past. But if we just focus on what lies ahead, if you focus on the future, see, if you just let fear stop you. If that cat was to stop me and I seen that cat from afar and was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just turn around and go back to my car. Guess what? The exercise that I'm trying to get in is done. It's voided. So the weight that I'm trying to lose is voided because I quit. I quit because of fear, because of something that I seen that looked bad, that is not going to attack me at all. It's just a shadow. It is just a shadow. That's all it is. It cannot attack us. It cannot harm us. It is just a shadow. It's just something that the enemy is trying to show you that will overtake you, and it cannot overtake you because God has given you all power over the enemy. He's giving you all power over the enemy. But you have to be so mindful that I'm not going to allow fear to stop me from where I am going. I'm not going to allow fear to stop me from achieving the goal that I have. I'm not going to allow fear to stop me from achieving these dreams that God has put on the inside of me. So when that fear continues to show up, you have to know that when it continues to show up, God is just trying to increase your faith. So every time I see that cat, let fear is lessened each and every time, because I remember when I did it the day before. I remember when I kept going the day before, he didn't get me. Even though I am scared, I keep going because I remember I made it the day before. And God is exercising that faith muscle inside of us, because guess what? He's like, I got to exercise and I have to strengthen that faith muscle, because you're going to need it for that dream you're trying to pursue. You're going to need it for that vision that you're trying to pursue. You're going to need it for whatever you've been praying and asking God for. So he has to increase your faith steadily each and every day. So that way, in the midst of you trying to achieve what he's trying to give you, you're going to have to stand in faith, and you can't get afraid when things start to look bad. You can't get afraid when things start to sound bad. You can't be afraid when the enemy say, oh, it's not going to happen. One thing I have been standing on is that your faith is going to produce what your mind says is impossible, what your eyes say are impossible. When you put your faith on it, it can happen. When you start believing for a thing, the Bible says if you pray and you believe it, it shall come to pass. It shall come to pass. If you pray and if you believe it, it shall come to pass. So therefore, you got to stand on the word. You have to stand on the word that God has given you. You have to stand in the face of fear and know that if I keep going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The enemy cannot overtake me. The enemy cannot knock me down. Now, how many times you continue to show up, I'm going to walk by you and I'm not going to react. I'm not going to speak death to it, because God has put the power of life and death in my tongue. So I'm not choosing death, but I'm choosing life. I'm choosing life to see my situation come alive. I'm choosing life so I can see my situation come to pass. So even when you're in business, even when you're in a marriage, even when you're in ministry, you have to have faith, especially in your business. I don't call myself an entrepreneur. I call myself a faithpreneur, because I am having faith each and every day that these customers come. I'm having faith each and every day that God is going to make a way for these bills to be paid. Because at one point, God might be like, I can shut everything down. I can shut everything down and there is nothing that I can do about it. But I'm keeping faith that God has called me to do this. I'm keeping faith that I'm doing exactly what he would have me to do and that he's going to continue to provide. And you have to have faith in he's going to be providing. He's going to be a keeper. He's going to be a healer. He's going to be a deliverer. You have to have faith, and you cannot allow your fear to eat up faith. So faith is the evidence of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's what it is. You have to believe that your faith is going to produce the things that are not seen. It's not going to look like it's going to come to pass. It's not going to look like it's going to work. It's not going to make sense. See, when things seem like they're out of order and it's not making sense, it's only a chance for God to show up. When you start getting into that uncomfortable zone, it's only for God to show up. And he puts us in certain situations so that we don't become dependent on certain things. You don't become dependent on your job. You don't become dependent on your business, but you become dependent on him. Those other things are just resources, but God is your source. He is your source. He is your source. He is the one that makes things happen. All those other things are just resources, but he is your ultimate source. And he can do more than money cannot do. When you have the favor of God, it is more than what money could ever do. So don't be afraid when things look like they're at the end. There's so many times in the Bible where it looks like it was the end. Like, Abraham and Sarah, who would have thought they would have had a baby? Even they didn't think. They thought it was so late. They were too old to have babies. But God made them gave them descendants. He gave them a son. He gave them Isaac in their late age. And when you thought it was the end, just like the lady with the meal, and she told Elijah, she was like, listen, I only got a corner of meal and I got a corner of oil. After this, we gonna die. And guess what? He blessed that and said, the Lord said, if you give me my bread first, then he'll make sure that it's enough. And God made it enough where she ate for many days. She ate for many days off of a corner of meal and a corner of oil. When she thought it was the end, and after that she was gonna die. Just like let me see, who else can I think of, like real quick? The man whose daughter had died. He was taking care of the woman with the issue of blood, and then they messengers came to him and was like, listen, don't even bother Jesus, because your daughter's dead. Jesus said, don't be afraid, just keep the faith. When it looks like it's done the end, when it looks like the situation is dead and over with, listen, you still got to have faith, because God has the power to rise. He has a power to change situations around. So you cannot get scared. Even in the midst of denial, you cannot be scared, but you got to have faith that God is going to open a door that no man is going to shut. That's what you have to believe. So I tell you all of this. I give y'all that cat story because that cat had me in fear, but I kept going. And that is what you need to do. When your fears try to come and overtake you and try to make you stop and turn you back into the person that you used to be, and they don't want you to be the new you, keep going. Just keep going. Keep going, because the best is yet to come. There is something on the other side of that fear that the enemy does not want you to obtain. But baby, if you just keep going, you may not see the results yet. I kept going past that cat. I didn't see immediate weight loss. I don't see immediate weight loss. But if I just keep going, guess what? The results are going to show up. The results from your faith of just, I know this is going to happen. I'm not going to let fear get in my way. The results are going to show up. And when it shows up, you're going to be sure to give God all of the glory. Just don't be scared. Do not allow fear to take everything that God has for you. I say it all the time that fear is expensive, because it will cost you everything that God has for you. And when you know that your Father is the God of God, Kings of kings, and Lord of lords, you know that everything that belongs to you belongs to him, belongs to you, because you are a child of a king. He is your Father. And what you do for your kids, what makes you think that he won't do it for you? What makes you think that he won't do it for you? So anything that your heart desires, as long as it's in the will of God, it will be done. But do not allow fear to set you back. Do not allow fear to make you go back and stop what God has called you to do. So that is our Motivational Monday on today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not nervous anymore, so. But no, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you guys tune in, and I hope you guys just love it. So I will see y'all next Monday. And make sure you like and subscribe and share our channel. Yeah, do that.